United States Auto Club. It is round 3 of Winter Dirt Games presented by Yokohama. I'm Brian Holbert, joined once again by Drake York. And the first 2 nights of Volusia, the big half mile. Now we come to the very uniquely shaped 3/8 mile of Ocala Speedway. It is the artist formerly known as Bubba Raceway Park. And this is a track where you want to talk about dominance. 2 drivers at the top of that list.
Absolutely, Brian. But just to go back to your first point about this racetrack being interesting, it's got about 3 racetracks in one, right? You got 1 and 2, it's big, wide, sweeping. You got the dog leg in the middle of the backstretch, which isn't just as easy as going to the left just a little bit in a straight line. Then you got 3 and 4, you got to wool up the car big time into turn number 3. So it's definitely interesting too. It's certainly a special art to get around Ocala Speedway for sure.
Actually, kind of 4 racetracks. We even have the figure 8 in the middle back from the old asphalt days of this oval. So certainly interesting to come to this place. And you can't really set up for both turns. You kind of have to set up for one or the other, and it's finding that balance. And that's one thing that Justin Grant has been so good at here in finding that balance.
He sure has, and it hasn't really mattered if it's the sprint car. Back in the day when the Austrian Drink USAC National Midget Championship came here too, he was so good at that too. And this is a racetrack too, Brian, that notebooks and experience, they might not necessarily win the race for you, but they certainly make your life a lot easier at a place like this. And Justin Grant, man, he's always so entertaining to watch here. I think he's going to be a threat. I know he's going to be a threat every single night here at Ocala Speedway. He's just been so good here over the years.
And of course, Brady Bacon coming to this has won his fair share of races, had to overcome a lot of adversity last night. And, to come back from a failed engine, not being able to get a qualifying time, and then end up being your Rod Supply hard charger really shows the determination of that entire team.
Well, that's just Brady Bacon in a nutshell. Brady Bacon's trademark when he went on that run of USAC National Championships was to take a line from Pat Sullivan. He would top 5 them and top 10 them to death. And even on nights where it wouldn't look like Brady was going to be able to do that, I think back to when he flipped out of the ballpark at Terre Haute, he still finished on the podium that night. That's just the kind of driver Brady is. I know he's not running for points anymore, but that drive last night was certainly a championship drive.
You've had a chance to go around the pits and talk to a few of the drivers. I know we have a couple of them lined up that you've had a chance to talk to. Kind of your thoughts looking at the drivers and the storylines you're covering in those interviews.
Well, one of the big ones going into today is Sabin has gotten the call to drive the Avante Windows and Doors machine for Flea Ruzick and crew. So Flea always has something interesting. Yet again, Flea Ruzick has brought an interesting car, a last-minute call, but got a chance to talk to Sabin while they were getting things ready to go here for tonight's racing action. A late-breaking story here at Ocala Speedway. Sabin is the new driver of the Avante Windows and Doors 3Y. A late-breaking story here for sure, as you can see Sabin still getting adjusted to this race car in the pit area before we get going with racing action here tonight. Sabin, a late deal to be sure, but I'm sure you're happy about this one. How did this deal come about?
It was pretty cool. Flea gave me a ring on Monday. He texted me, then kind of said, hey, would you be interested in doing it? And I was like, heck yeah. I mean, we practiced on here Sunday night and really weren't that great in my stuff. And then, an opportunity to work with some guys that have some vast knowledge in the sport is huge. And then this is, I wouldn't say a one-off car, but he's got some tricks up his sleeve. So I'm excited to be able to work with, if Caleb, I, and Flea can all put our minds together, I think we'll be headed in the right direction. So, I came down here with a blank sheet notebook coming to Florida. So it's cool to be able to come to one of the trickiest tracks on the schedule, super unique, and at least have a little better understanding on what's going on.
An incredible deal for sure. So J.J. Yeley stepping out of this machine due to sponsor commitments with the Daytona 500. He's going to try to make that here on Thursday, but glad to see you in the car. And I was just talking to Flea Ruzick a second ago. He said the reason he wanted to put you in the race car is he saw you at Route 66 last year, crash on the front stretch. Yeah, you were frustrated, but you ran back to the pits and you made that happen under the red flag. How cool is it to have someone like Flea recognize that and say, I want to give this guy a chance?
Yeah, it's pretty darn cool. Like I told him over the phone, like I might be bringing a paper cut to a gunfight at most of these situations, but if there's one thing that stays stagnant, it's there's no reason to give up. You come down here, there's a lot of people that put time and effort in on every single team, and then you got to go thank the guys that helped you individually get it down here. So there's no reason to ever give up. We already made the long trek, and it was pretty cool to finally, feel like I got a little bit of a reward for some of my hard work. It might have looked stupid on some occasions or kind of running it to coin. I maybe should have done some things that I shouldn't have or whatnot. And then, like the deal in Texas, I just had to do that. In my mind, I felt like I had to go rush back and try and fix my car. And that's just kind of, I guess, what sets me apart from normal people, whether it's good or bad. But I'm just super excited. So to finally kind of feel like we have something to go work on here and have a good base at least to start off with in Ocala is awesome. And hopefully we get to go the length of the week with it. I'm not sure how everything's going to pan out with JJ running over to Daytona and whatnot, but at least we get one night for sure, and then we'll see how we go.
And you talked about JJ making Daytona. There's a lot of things that have to go with them. Actually making the Daytona 500 is an open entry, but do you still have the 98 ready to go in case that is needed to come race the rest of Winter Dirt Games?
Yeah, the 98 can be prepared. It's just sitting back home at the Airbnb. Nothing wrong with it. Just kind of, if I had to choose this, I probably would, just because there's a lot more knowledge here in this situation. And, if I can save a little bit of money here and there on not putting that thing away for a night or the rest of the week, that'd be pretty cool.
Sabin Bybent with a last-minute opportunity in the Avante Windows and Doors 3Y here for Winter Dirt Games 2026 at Ocala Speedway. You can see him still working on getting the seat behind the wheel of this machine.
It's always good to see something like that, and a neat story too in how he got that ride. And you talked to Flea about that, and it just shows that determination does not go unnoticed.
Absolutely, and Sabin Bybent has really garnered that reputation the last few years, but it's certainly last year, that incident at Route 66 Speedway. I mean, you had cars littered across the racetrack, and Sabin got out, banged his hands on the sun visor. He ran back to his trailer, which, by the way, wasn't just parked off the edge of the racetrack. He ran to the back end of the pit area at Route 66 to make sure that car made it back out. And Flea Ruzik's one of those guys. He's a gritty, hard-working guy. He's always got a lot of interesting things going on. This race car they got here at Ocala is no different, but great to see that effort go noticed, like you said. And Flea also pointed out his run at the DeCoin Mile a few years ago where he just barnstormed his way through the field. Really didn't care how many feathers he ruffled along the way. That's the kind of guy that Flea Ruzik loves to work for.
Yeah, so good to see him get an opportunity in that ride. And then you also had a chance to talk with Logan Calderwood, and this is the first year Logan's going to take on the entire USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. The Calderwood name has a lot of success over the years. I know him and his sister have raced sprint cars over the years. They've run Knoxville, a lot of success in Arizona. And, getting his feet wet out here, a little bit of a rough start, but trying to gain some traction here at Ocala.
And that's just the name of the game. We talked about how tricky this place is, Brian. He got a chance to come out here on Sunday, right before the Super Bowl, as a matter of fact, to come out and shake that car down, and he found the wall, he found the limit. So I feel like they've got somewhat of a notebook just to go off. Now the track will be a little bit different than Sunday, a lot cooler conditions today, so the moisture is going to stay in a lot more. But yes, certainly tackling the full trail for the first time is a big commitment for that team, but we're happy to see Logan and crew take on the challenge.
Let's see what he had to say.
One of the drivers gunning for this year's MPI Rookie of the Year award with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Championship is Goodyear, Arizona's Logan Calderwood. Of course, the Calderwood family with a great and rich history in USAC, and Logan continues to add in that. But Logan, going on the road full time, that's no small commitment. We saw you a lot in the state of Indiana. We saw you travel a lot, actually, with the Amsoil USAC National Sprint Car Championship. What went into this decision for 2026 to chase the full season?
Well, just everything felt right, and I graduated from college last December. I purposely did classes during the summer when I was racing in Indiana, and weeks like sprint week I was doing homework at night. I did it just so I could do this year, and just to get done with school early so I can actually start my season in February, because that's what's held me back historically. Is I've focused on school more, and during this time of the year, we're in the middle of school, but
I talked about you coming to the state of Indiana. It just wasn't USAC races. You competed on the local and regional level out there and did some traveling with us, as I previously said, too. So I feel like when we have a lot of rookies come in, some of them show up with no notebook, but I feel like you guys got a pretty solid notebook, especially for the heat of the summer when we're just racing pretty much nothing but the state of Indiana, especially big weeks like Indiana Sprint Week. So how are you guys feeling about your notebook here heading into 2026? Because you've now been to a lot of the tracks on the tour already.
I feel good. Anywhere locally in Indiana, we can fight with these guys anywhere. I mean, we're learning out here. This place in Volusia are completely different than what we've handled before, but we're figuring it out. And Pennsylvania too will be a bit of a tough one for us, but we'll figure it out. And
that's the name of the game, isn't it? Just figuring out a lot of these new racetracks. And with that being said, you talked about Pennsylvania. That's going to be a challenge. Florida, I know, hasn't exactly gone the way you were hoping for. What do you foresee being the biggest challenge, maybe not just for a certain week, but for the whole season here in 2026?
It's just races like this where we come to new tracks and we have to, we're racing against guys who have notebooks that are older than me. And, we're just figuring it out as we go. And we have somewhat of a notebook to start out, but we have to figure out what we do and don't like at places like this.
Logan Calderwood out on the road for the first time for the full season with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship in 2026.
Cars begin to make the way down to the infield as we will roll into Dirt Draft Hot Laps here in just a little bit. Before we get to that, we'll have the drivers come out, get some heat in the engines, and make sure everything is A-OK and finish rolling into this racing surface. That means you still have time to set your lineup on Dirt Draft. Download the Dirt Draft app today, set up your league, and play against your friends, family, or even your neighbor. And now they have a whole new interface, but they also have varying leagues. There's 3 different ones to choose from. The Pro League, which locks into qualifying, the Veteran League, which locks in a heat race number 1, and the Rookie League, which locks in at the start of the A main. They're also doing predictive contests, so they might have, will Kevin Thomas Jr. finish in the top 3? Will Brady Bacon be the hard charger? Things like that throughout there, and also new subscribers do receive a $10 gift card to the Hoosier Tire online merchandise store. And as always, we have drivers going head-to-head in the public lobby on Dirt Draft. For that, let's go to Drake York.
Thank you so much, Brian. Yes, indeed, we do have the driver v driver matchup back again, and it's worth noting, too, the 2 drivers on our USAC driver v driver matchup will be playing in the pro lobby that locks in qualifying. That's the only way you get to play against our USAC drivers on Dirt Draft. Kyle Cummins picked up the win last night in the driver v driver matchup. He'll go again. We'll start off with him. He's on the left-hand side of your screen at USAC Driver 1. He's chosen himself, Chase Stockin, Harley Burns, Sabin Bybent, and Chase Howard. Once again, he's at USAC Driver 1 in the pro lobby. That's where you can find him this evening, along with his opposition, Briggs Danner. He's at USAC Driver 2. He's chosen himself, Jaden Rogers, Ricky Lewis, Harley Burns, and Logan Calder. Once again, he is at USAC Driver 2 in the pro lobby. And definitely let us know on social media how you fared against the USAC drivers in the pro lobby this evening on Dirt Draft. And Brian, you talked about all the cool things they got going on. Got a chance to mess around with some of the new things they tried there. I know a lot of work went into that stuff, and good to see it all come to fruition here in 2026. So make sure you go try your luck in the pro lobby or any of the other lobbies or that predictive content. Just a bunch of fun stuff going on Dirt Draft lately.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Cars continuing to make their way down into the infield as we get ready to fire them off onto this 3/8 mile egg-shaped oval. While you have the chance, make sure and swing by the USAC merchandise trailer. It is fully stocked with all the official gear for the 2026 season, from t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and race day must-have gear. Make sure to follow them on Facebook as well for new merchandise and special offers all season long. When you swing by the USAC merchandise trailer, there is also driver apparel available all over the place just outside of the main gate. At the USAC trailer, not only can you get USAC merchandise, a limited run of Winter Dirt Games merchandise as well, logos, koozies, all kinds of great stuff down there. But Kel Coons and Jaden Rogers with their t-shirts all available at the USAC merchandise trailer. Of course, Brady Bacon, Ciciana, always does a great job with his lineup of merchandise. Make sure and swing by and pick up some of the Macho Man's apparel. Kevin Thomas Jr. at his merchandise trailer also has CJ Leary and Jake Swanson. They got some specials going on, and what's cool about that is you can actually mix and match the 3 drivers. You don't just have to stick to one. You can kind of check that out down there. Robert Ballou down there, he has Tom Harris merchandise with him as well. Chase Stockin and Moose Racing is down there. Kyle Cummins, Briggs Danner, and Chase Howard saw his tent down there as well. So make sure and swing by, support these drivers, and help them get up and down the road and show everyone who your favorite USAC National Sprint Car competitor is. Also, while you're making rounds, you can stop by the NOS Energy sampling station and pick up a complimentary can of NOS Energy. Make sure to follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. Of course, AMSOIL is the title sponsor of the USAC Sprint Car National Championship with the AMSOIL Shop by Vehicle tool at AMSOIL.com. It takes the guesswork out of picking the best oil and filter combination for your vehicle. Choose the right product and packaging option for you and enjoy fast, free delivery right to your door. Visit AMSOIL.com to learn more. If you're making your way into the grandstands, Randy Hersey, who is your local AMSOIL Synthetics dealer, you can stop by and talk to him. He's got some specials going on, some free shipping with orders of $9.99 value or more. So make sure to swing down there and chat with him a little bit and see how he can improve your business with AMSOIL Synthetic Lubricants. Another reason to stop by the USAC merchandise trailer is a chance to win and be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval winner. You can sign up for the merchandise trailer now, and again, do that. Make sure you do it before the heat races. Once we get to the end of heats, that's when we're going to draw that. So make sure and swing by there. If your name is chosen, you and a guest of your choice get a prize pack. You get to ride in the pace truck, and the opportunity of a lifetime, you get to watch tonight's USAC Sprint Car feature event from the infield. So make sure, head out there and get signed up for that while you can. Night number 3 of the 2026 season, and that means the points battle is just starting to shape up as Logan Seavey, of course, picking up the big gator at Volusia, leads the way, 151 points earned so far. Jake Swanson, winner last night at Volusia, currently accruing 147 points. Justin Grant currently sitting in third. Brady Bacon in fourth. Kevin Thomas Jr. in fifth. Briggs Danner, C.J. Leary, Chase Stockin, Mitchell Moles, and Kyle Cummins currently making up the top 10 in driver standings. Of course, you can find the entire rundown of standings when you go online to USACRacing.com. A reminder, if you want to find official news, notes, points, and updates, USACRacing.com is where you need to go. At the close of tonight's program, if you see it on social media or on the My Race Pass app, it is unofficial. Speaking of My Race Pass, if you missed the announcement earlier this week, that's right. After all the years of fans asking when's it going to happen, it has happened. The United States Auto Club is now on My Race Pass. You can get live timing and scoring, lineups, driver stats, and more right in the palm of your hand. Download the app today. And of course, if you can't be here live, you can catch all the action on FloRacing. FloRacing is the online broadcast provider of the United States Auto Club since 2019. It's the biggest question on social media. Is it on Flow? And the answer is always yes. Every race, every time in USAC National Circle Track Competition, you'll find it on Flow. So drivers making their way out for a little engine heat and to finish ironing in this 3/8 mile oval. Getting a look at the Ford, Justin Grant, as he makes his way into turns 1 and 2. The NOS Energy entry. Back with Top Industries here in 2026. MPV Logistics, Top Industries, G&G Racing Fuels. An engine swap for Justin Grant. Manufacturers going to Stanton Racing engines in 2026. And so far, the power has shown through. A pair of top 5 finishes to kick off the season out at Volusia. Of course, Justin Grant, the all-time winning driver in Winter Dirt Games competition. Driver who had a great run going last night. A couple of times taking a peek at second. Unfortunately, the track cleaning off and narrowing up to the center. And Kevin Thomas Jr. ending up with a third-place run last night, but still a good start to his season. A top 10 and a top 5 to kick things off here. Of course, KTJ, a former winner here at Ocala. Logan Calderwood at Goodyear, Arizona. Just saw him on screen there for a second. His first full year on tour with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. However, not in contention for Rookie of the Year, but this will be his first year going full-time with the series. Your rookie contenders here in 2026, Cale Coons and Shelby Hinton. 5G at Gunner Sets are back with KO Motorsports here in 2026. The Superior Ag Day we meet Stanton Flea RC number 5G. Currently making his way around here to the front straightaway. Drivers continuing to cycle through the 13 of Chase Howard at Nesbitt, Mississippi. Semi-feature appearance on night number 1 of Winter Dirt Games. Was able to make the cut into the feature event last night. A couple of more great sponsors to thank for making everything happen here with the United States Auto Club, and that includes Cookout, as they present always fresh, never frozen burgers, barbecue, hot dogs, all cooked fresh every day. And get this, over 40 different flavors of shakes, all prepared fresh and made by hand every day. It's all yours. Find a Cookout location. Go to cookout.com. Cookout, a major supporter of the NASCAR Youth Series, and thus stemming over into USAC Circle Track competition. Sunoco is the world's largest manufacturer of racing fuels, and Sunoco has been the standard of motorsports for over 50 years. Known for innovation, consistency, and high performance, Sunoco fuels have been the choice of racers in virtually every form of motorsport, from grassroots tracks to premier international series. Go to SunocoRacefuels.com to learn more. CarIQ has created a payment solution named at fleets that allows cars and trucks to connect to gas pumps to pay for fuel without the need of a fuel card or a credit card. CarIQ Payment Solutions, CarIQ Pay, replaces fleet card products and protects against fraud while significantly reducing back-office vehicle reconciliation. Learn more at GoCar. IQ.com today. Hoosier Tire's mission? Well, it's to be the dominant, customer-driven provider of racing tires to teams domestically and internationally. For more information on the tires designed for champions, go online to HoosierTire.com. The K&N Clean Air Award will be presented to the driver that leads the most laps during each USAC National A feature throughout the 2026 season. The award is designed to recognize sustained performance at the front of the field where engine efficiency, reliability, and meticulous preparation are at a premium. You can shop for your vehicle and find out more at knfilters.com. Talked about the Dirt Draft app earlier. Again, just your reminder, there's still time to download the app. Those 3 different leagues, we'll talk about that. The Pro League, that locks in at qualifying. The Veteran League, you got a little time, go to heat race number 1. And the Rookie League got all the way up until the feature event. So make sure and check that out. They have predictive contests. You can get that $10 gift card to the Hoosier Tire online merchandise store if you're a new subscriber. So make sure and check that out. Whether you're running a go-kart, a micro, midget, modified sprint car, late model Silver Crown, or even the tractor, Rod & Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field of performing at your maximum potential. Remember, they don't just sell them, they race them. Go to rodandsupply.com for more information. Hotlaps Group offers world-class power supply products for the RV industry. Hotlaps Group's mission is to deliver high-quality assembly and manufacturing solutions in North America that exceed client expectations, focusing on quality and efficiency to ensure their products lead the industry. Go to ParallaxGroupInc.com for more information. Hotlaps Group also presenting the season-long Passing Master Award during a feature competition where the driver that advances the most positions gets a $2,500 bonus at season's end. MPI takes every aspect of construction and safety to heart and is the most accurate and dedicated way possible. Before becoming an MPI product, structures must pass their internal quality control tests. Safety in construction and R&D is paramount in all of Max Pappas Innovations products, including steering wheels, gloves, and seats. Go to MaxPappasInc.com for more information. Max Pappas is the sponsor of the Rookie of the Year Chase, where the Rookie of the Year gets that Max Pappas steering wheel and $5,000. Indy Metal Finishing is the official sponsor of the USAC National Work Area. Indy Metal Finishing mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Indy Metal Finishing offers Time 2 and Time 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electronickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Find out more online at IndyMetalFinishing.com. To win the championship with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship is a $60,000 paycheck, but if you are the best across all 3 divisions, you become the Mike Curb USAC National Drivers Championship. And this year, paying more than ever. Last year, Justin Grant picked up $15,000. This year, the winner will get $20,000. The Mike Curb USAC National Championship returning in 2026, and again, it goes to the driver that accrues the most combined points throughout USAC national events in Sprint Car, Silver Crown, and Midget competition. The honor encompasses attaining points through each of those divisions and is awarded at the season-ending championship. Indy Power Sports offers the vehicles and equipment you want, plus the service and the parts you need to keep them in top shape, including ATVs, electric bikes, motorcycles, and utility vehicles. Browse their full inventory and see their full lineup at indy-powersports.com. The Indy Power Sports side-by-sides and four-wheelers, you'll see those all throughout the racing program, as they are a proud supporter of the United States Auto Club. So drivers starting to make their way down the racetrack here as they finish ironing things in. Logan Calderwood had made his way down into the infield for a moment. Drake, what was going on?
Yeah, not exactly sure what happened with Calderwood, but you're exactly right, Brian. He was in the infield for some time. Looks like just a safety stop, perhaps. I saw Logan take the helmet off, and he was talking with USAC officials. That car is now rolling around the speedway, but gave Logan a quick thumbs up or thumbs down. He gave me the thumbs up. So good news is that 6 car is refired, and he continues to make his way around the Ocala Speedway.
Making the exit at turn number 2 right now. Thank you, Drake. I want to welcome to the broadcast Officer Roger Dickinson. He is watching everything. He is an Indiana State Trooper, and he is going through a pretty hard time right now. He is undergoing stem cell transplant to treat cancer. He's working day 55 post-transplant, and he is watching tonight on FloRacing. Roger, we wish you a speedy recovery. Hope everything goes your way, and thank you for supporting and watching the United States Auto Club. Not only can he catch the USAC Amsoil Sprint National Championship this evening, but also we'll have the IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights on the card. They have 28 drivers checked in. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you can go to My Race Pass and get a look at the entry list for both divisions. You'll have live timing and scoring. That is on the premium side of the My Race Pass app, and it is worth every penny to do that so you can follow along. Looking over the lineup for the IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights, drivers from California, Delaware, Florida. We've got drivers from Missouri that have made their way here, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, and even all the way from Quebec, Canada, to be a part of Mod Light competition. They'll be on the card every night here as we make our way through the conclusion of Winter Dirt Games. Of course, every night is set to get underway right about 6 o'clock. So again, cars on track at 6 each night here at Ocala. And each night it just ramps up. Those points accrue. 6,000 to win tonight, 6,000 to win tomorrow, 7,500 to win on Friday, and $10,000 to the winner on Saturday. And oh, by the way, it's all brought to you by Yokohama Tire, as they have helped bring the points fund for this week up to $24,000, the highest point fund payout in the history of Winter Dirt Games, and the champion walks away with $12,000. Not only is Yokohama Tire a part of Winter Dirt Games, they will be the title sponsor of the USAC Eastern Storm happening June 16th through the 21st when we head to Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Yokohama doesn't just make tires, they make history. Find out more online at yokohamatire.com. So a couple of drivers getting word over the receiver to go ahead and make the turn and head back into the pit area. Also, when you make your way into a national touring event for the United States Auto Club, don't forget to bring your scanner, as you'll be able to tune in at 454.5000, and that is courtesy of Racing Electronics, the official race communication provider of the United States Auto Club. You can learn more at racingelectronics.com. Mentioned a little bit earlier about the Parallax Group and the Parallax Passing Master. Again, that $2,500 bonus that is offered up to the driver that advances most positions throughout the course of a feature competition. Of course, there are smaller Passing Master points bonuses throughout the season. But Brady Bacon right now leading that one. He's advanced position 21 times in only 2 races. Chase Stockton at 17, Jaden Rogers at 12 times advancing. Chase Howard at 10, Briggs Danner, Robert Ballou, Tom Harris, Sabin Byman, Jake Swanson. They're all at 9, and Kevin Thomas Jr. has advanced 8 positions so far. So again, that's your look at your Parallax Group Passing Master points coming into the third night of Winter Dirt Games presented by Yokohama Tire. Cars continuing to make their way back into the pit area. And what they'll do is they'll whittle the field down until we have Dirt Drive Hot Lap session number 1 circling the racetrack, and we'll set them loose or to shake things down, make sure everything is good to go. Dirt Draft Hot Laps will have 4 groups. Once we wrap up that, we'll go into Learn Lab qualifying. 2 groups of qualifying. We'll have the first group stage down into the infield. We'll go 1 car at a time. Once that group wraps up, we'll take them down into the pits. We'll bring the second group out. Rather rinse, repeat. And it'll be green coming to the flag stand first time around. They'll fire down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. That'll be their warm-up. When they come around, the clock will start, and that'll be in Learn Lab qualifying. An extra $150 to be tonight's Learn Lab Fast qualifying driver. Mentioned Shelby Hinton, one of our Max Pappas Innovations Rookie of the Year contenders. He was just on screen in the Bennett Enterprise number 2B, the 16 of Harley Burns out of Brazil, Indiana, out on the racetrack. He's set to be in Dirt Draft Hotlaps session number 1. Behind the wheel, that Britt Arrow, Timberland Lumber Company, 16 Chevrolet DRC, the AceCorp.com, Youngblood Farms number 16. Logan Calder rolling behind him at a Goodyear Arizona, the MP Environmental one-way Triple X chassis. Chuck D's Wieners at Rex's Tattoo and Massage Parlor number 6. He is also set to be in Dirt Draft Hotlaps session number 1. Kel Coons also set to be in Dirt Draft Hotlaps session number 1. He rolls in right behind Ricky Lewis as they work onto the back straightaway. Lewis set to be in set number 2. But Kel Coons out of Greencastle, Indiana, driver the Curb Records, Mechanical Advantage, Coletta Charters, Impact Racing Optics, FK Rodins, Dueling Autosport, Curb Academy number 63. Top 10 finish to start the season off at Volusia, as he'll start to make his way over to the back straightaway. Looking over towards the exit of turn number 4, we find Kevin Thomas Jr. out of Coleman, Alabama, the Majestic Electric, Inland Rigging, Bird Racing number 3R, now making his way into turn number 1. Driver rolling behind him is Kobe Simpson out of Bonham, Texas, the Beattown Automotive, Circle C Adventures, Canada DRC, Rush Race Gears, Simpson Performance Horses, number 21K. He rolls on the back straightaway. Couple of starts in USAC National Midget Competition, looking for his first with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship at Parkersburg, West Virginia. The Larry Mitchell Mobile Home Movers, McDonald Power, GF1 Chassis, Advanced Auto, Jack Vaughn Trucking number 001. That is Greg Mitchell. Greg Mitchell in the 001. As with that, the green light's going to come on. We're underway here in Dirt Draft Hotlaps session number 1. So drivers getting some extra laps here in Dirt Draft Hotlaps in order to get the track in shape before we go into Learn Lap qualifying. Right now, they're going to let the drivers roll around where they see fit. We'll set them loose once again here. Harley Burns, a couple of saves there over in turns 3 and 4, got way close to the concrete in that Brit Aero number 16. Fastest driver so far is Harley Burns, 17.746. Kevin Thomas Jr. second quick at a 17.779. Logan Calderwood, 17.944. Kobe Simpson fourth quick at an 18.028. Cale Coons, an 18.139. And Greg Mitchell, 18.867 seconds. Crews here at Ocala Speedway doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of improving here during the offseason. One of the improvements, you'll notice the old scoreboard lays dormant over at the outside of turn number 3. A new scoreboard affixed right in the center of the infield here. Not only do they have that one there, but they also have a smaller, kind of its twin brother, over in the pits, facing the pits, so anybody that's down there cruising otherwise can also follow along and make sure who is running inside the top 5 and look at lap times as well. So drivers getting word of the receiver to go to get spread out. They're going to get set loose once again. Take 2 with Dirt Track Hot Lap session number 1. From 17.7 to 17.349 for Harley Burns. Cale Coons up to second quick at a 17.364. Kevin Thomas Jr. 17.473. Logan Calderwood 17.591. Kobe Simpson 696 and an 18.545 for Greg Mitchell. So double checking with officials, and these drivers will stay out. They'll roll just a little bit more. Again, trying to get the track just a little more worked in before we bring Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2 out to the Speedway, and also give everybody a fair chance when it comes to Learn Lap qualifying. So taking an extended Hot Lap session here. Drivers following along down in the pit area, looking in the push-off lane. On board our Stida.com onboard camera, riding along with Jake Swanson. He's checking things out on his cell phone right now. So getting word for timing and scoring. This will be a green-white checkered session for these drivers. Down into the 16-second bracket, Kevin Thomas Jr. 16.952, Harley Burns 17.118, Kobe Simpson 17.129, Kel Coons a 17.364, Logan Calderwood 17.591, and Greg Mitchell 18.257. So drivers will clear down into the pit area. We will roll the drivers for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2 out to the Speedway. Once they make their way down and get ready to fire, we'll introduce the drivers to you here in your second group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Real quick, let's check in with Drake.
Just wanted to make a note about Logan Calderwood in that last round of Dirt Draft Hot Laps for that first group. Still currently in the top 5 when it comes to the overall speed charts, but just before they threw that yellow towards the very end there, he slowed to a stop on the front straightaway and talked with safety crews for a brief period of time before he quickly made his way off the racetrack. So not exactly sure what happened to Logan Calderwood there. We'll try and get you an update as soon as possible.
Thank you very much. Next Supercars, first driver out to the Speedways at Fort Brent, Indiana. Driving the Machine and Tool, Lucas Oil Center, Brown Brothers Excavating, Superior Tank and Trailer. S&C Fabrication, Moose Racer number 92. That'll be Chase Stockin. Chase Stockin in the 92 has made his way out to the Speedway. The 97 UK, he comes to you out of Rothwell, Northamptonshire, United Kingdom. Driving the KB Transport Solutions, Scott Baylor Power, Maxim, Beeson's Products, Hunapag, Seminites.com number 97 UK. That is Ryan Harrison. Harrison in the 97. The driver that just rolled past him is out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Concord America Flagpole, Racer Magazine, Jim Weed, Rider XXX, Chris Dyson, racer number 20. That was the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Bacon in the number 20, entering turn number 3. Rolling down the back straightaway, Shelby Hinton at OW Louisiana, the Pendleton Farms, Claxon DRC, John and Cheryl Long, Bannock Enterprises, DG Racing number 2B. He'll make his way around to the front straightaway. Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, drove the Superior Tank and Trailer, Stinson Power, DRC, Physical Medicine Consultants, Haley Motorsports, Morris Farms, number 41. He rolls down the front straightaway. CJ Leary off of turn number 4 at Greenfield, Indiana, driving the Kodiak Products, One-Way DRC, Any Metal Finishing, Barry Miller Racing, Lucky 7 Technologies, number 30. So again, drivers on track for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Stockin in the 92, Hinton in the 2B, Harrison in the 97 UK, Bacon in the 20, Leary in the 30, Ricky Lewis in the 41. Brady Bacon last night's Rada Supply hard charger after an engine failing before he was able to complete his qualifying lap. Was able to race his way in and avoid the 5-star body semi-feature and had to race from deep. Ended up coming up with a 6th place finish last night at Volusia. If you haven't stopped by Sober Joe's coffee stand, they are down there in the midway of the Ocala Speedway. They are bringing you the Recovery of the Night Award each night here at Ocala Speedway. That's $100 to the driver that makes the best recovery from the most adversity. They're also selling Sober Joe coffee down there in the concession area. All proceeds donated go to the Oxford House here in Ocala, who provides safe, sober housing to nearly 90 residents in the Ocala area. Ocala will also be passing the hat each night and donating those funds to the Oxford House. And make sure and go down there because he also has some great prizes available here, so you might have a chance to go get some Sober Joe swag, maybe some Sober Joe coffee, but make sure to swing by there. Again, all of those proceeds going to a great cause. $100 to the driver with the best recovery of the night, and also proceeds going to benefit the Oxford House here in Ocala. They will also have a member of the Sober Joe coffee team going through the stands, passing the hat in order to take those donations as well. 50-50 tickets also up for grabs here. Half of the pot in your pocket. The other half also going to Ava, who is a employee here at Ocala. She is going through cancer treatments, and that is going to help her. Obviously, those medical bills are mounting. So we hope you would also join in on that with a 50-50. Again, half into your pocket, the other half going to a great cause, trying to help Ava out and paying the medical expenses as she deals with cancer treatments. So drivers getting ready to wind up here for Dirt Drive Hotlaps session number 2. Again, if you're just joining us on the broadcast track, a little on the juicy side here to start things off. So letting the drivers get a little extended time on the racetrack, get it worked in before we go into Learn Lab qualifying. Better to deal with a little bit of extra moisture than having to chase the track and end up with a parking lot when it's all said and done. So Dirt Drive Hotlaps session number 1, drivers were able to go for about 3 different sets. We'll see as the track comes in if that is the case going forward. Brady Bacon up to the top of the speed chart, 16.575. Chase Stockin, 16.675. Ricky Lewis, 16.894. Kevin Thomas Jr., 16.952. And C.J. Leary's fifth quick now at a 17.044. Harley Burns, Kobe Simpson, Shelby Hinton, Ryan Harrison, and Kel Coons currently make up the top 10. Again, 26 drivers checked in with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. For those of you just joining us in the grandstands or here on the FloRacing broadcast. Joined tonight by the IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights as well. 28 of those drivers on hand. So it'll be the sprint cars and the IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights each night here as we run through the 17th edition of Winter Dirt Games presented by Yokohama Tire. So again, letting the drivers roll where they see fit. They'll wind them up and set them loose. Again, as we go, in the first set, they had 3 different runs before they were finally told to pull off. We'll see as it goes on and how the track progresses and picks up speed as whether or not that trend continues. But right now, drivers going out for set number 2 here in Dirt Drive Hotlaps session number 2. caution lights come on. Chase Stockton up to the quickest point here at a 15.889. Brady Bacon 15.918. His last time by was his quickest lap. CJ Leary 16.298. Shelby Hinton 16.332. Ricky Lewis fifth quick now at a 16.601. So the track's starting to come in. We'll get ready to roll out with Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3. So getting word from USAC officials, Ricky Lewis was late to engine heat and wheel pack and will end up incurring a 1-lap penalty in qualifying. That does not affect him if he qualifies in the upper 50%. That is where he qualifies. But again, he does lose a lap in qualifying as he was late to get out for wheel pack. So the next group of cars going to begin to make its way out to the racing surface. First driver out to the clay will be Tom Harris. Harris out of Banbury, Oxfordshire, United Kingdom, driving the Skegness Raceway Claxton Maxim Project 12 spray coating number 84. He rolls down the back straightaway. Driver rolling into turn number 1, that is Kyle Cummins. Cummins coming to us out of Princeton, Indiana, the defending champion of the USAC Amsoil Spricker National Championship of the Vontae Windows and Doors, Jugo Superfoods, Premier Recycling, Stanton Mach 1 chassis, number 3P. Originally, J.J. Yaley set to be behind the wheel of the Rick Horn Racing number 3J. Yaley not able to make it, so that puts Sabin Bybent behind the wheel of that number 3J. He's making his way out of the infield right now. The Rick Horn Racing, Eclipse Claim Consulting, Fisher Ripper Chassis, Precision Plating, Healy Transportation, number 3J. Driving to Columbus, Ohio, here on the front straightaway, the Industrial Hydraulics Incorporated, Jet Field Trailer Sales, Mopar Triple X Chassis number 6T. That's tall. It's Trey Osborne. Trey Osborne rolling into turn number 1 right now. A little bit of the oiling issue on the number 6T. Thankfully, just coming out of the overflow the last couple of nights, as Trey's been looking at that and trying to figure out with the upgraded oil system exactly where everything needs to be. We'll see how it goes here this evening at Ocala. Here on the front straightaway, the 14 just past the flag stand. Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana. The Beasley Railcar Repair Spec DRC Chassis. Composite Specialties K1 Race Gear. Alchemy Engineering number 14 going to begin to make his way around to the back straightaway. Chase Howard in Nesbitt, Mississippi towards turn number 1 right now. The two fellows moving company, Howard Mach 1 Chassis, Rana Supply, ShoppingReduct.com, Kaiser Wheels number 13. That pink and black machine on the far side of the speedway. So drivers rolling around, getting a little bit of heat. Officials working on laying some lines into the concrete here, as they will mount the Indy Power Sports side-by-sides of four-wheelers, make their way down into the infield. We'll get ready to wind things up here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3 of 4. And looking at Chase Howard here on the broadcast. 15th place finish last night at Volusia. Of course, his father, Ronnie, an accomplished sprint car racer, here helping turn wrenches on that number 13, and really a part of a racing legacy with the Howard family around the Mid-South area. We've got Jan, Ronnie, Dale, all of them longtime competitors in ASCS as well as USCS competition. So if you missed the interview earlier where they were talking with Sabin Bybin out of Cincinnati, Ohio, again out of his number 98. Nothing wrong with the number 98, but getting the call to get behind the wheel of that Rick Horn Racing Ripper chassis. Eclipse Claim Consulting number 3J Hustle is what got him behind the wheel, and the opportunity there last year, Route 66 Motor Speedway in Amarillo, Texas, a melee at the start. Gets out of the car, gets through his frustration, and full-on sprints, gets back to the pits. And again, and me and Drake talked about earlier, he wasn't parked at the front of the pits, he was parked at the back of the pits. Gathered parts, gathered pieces, got everything he needed to get the car to the work area, and was able to get things repaired and get back out on the racing surface. So that's just one of the times that they saw Sabin really hustle and decided he was deserving of a chance to get behind the wheel of that number 3J. Caution lights come on. We'll roll the field here. Jaden Rogers up to the top of the board at a 15.681. Kyle Cummins second quick at a 15.767. Chase Stockton 15.889. Brady Bacon fourth quick at a 15.918. And Tom Harris fifth quick at a 16.012. Trey Osborne 16.205. Sabin Bybin seventh quick at a 16.254. CJ Leary 16.298. Shelby Hinton 16.332. And Ricky Lewis right now 10th quick at a 16.601. Jaden Rogers, a six-time winner last year outside of USAC national competition. All local wins around the state of Indiana. The Midwest Thunder 410 series primarily. A couple of weekly wins as well. One of those coming up at Lincoln Park Speedway in beautiful downtown Putnamville, Indiana. Wins at Circle City, Tri-State, and Red Hill for Jaden Rogers last year. See how he wheels the American Dream Racing number 14 here this evening. Kyle Cummins currently second quick, the defending champion of the USAC Gainesville Spricker National Championship. Rolling here in the front straightaway, the Avante Windows and Doors, Jugo Superfoods, Premier Recycling, Stanton Mach 1, Petty Performance number 3P. And Petty Performance, not just the national USAC champion, but also winning the USAC CRA title out in California with driver RJ Johnson in Levine, Arizona. So Jaden Rogers, 15.354. Kyle Cummins, 15.616. Tom Harris, 15.655. Sabin Bybent, fourth quick at a 15.787. And Chase Stockin at a 15.889. Your top 5 quickest with one more set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps to go. Speaking of petty performance, at Avante Windows and Doors, not only sponsoring your defending USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Champion, winning the Avante Windows and Doors USAC CRA Championship with RJ Johnson, but also a rebrand out in Arizona, now Avante Raceway Park. Formerly known as Central Arizona Raceway, now known as Avante Raceway Park. Of course, that'll be the site of the Western World a little bit later on this year. Of course, you can see the entire lineup of all of our USAC National Touring divisions when you go online to usacracing.com. I believe Drake with an update.
And to stay on topic with Avante Windows and Doors, all things relating to them, Kyle Cummins actually pulled up lame at the very end of that session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. He told me he just ran out of fuel, and there was a lot of rolling laps there too, working the racetrack in between green flag periods too. So just a little light on fuel, no cause for concern for the Petty Performance Racing 3P.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's one of the things when you're coming out this early. Not really worried so much about fuel load, but again, having to work the racetrack. And again, a situation where you'd almost rather have to deal with a little bit too much moisture in the racetrack than have to chase and get moisture back into the racetrack. Much harder to overcome that hurdle, and especially with 4 straight nights of racing to go here on this 3/8 mile oval. Final group of drivers going to make their way out to the Speedway for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. They will be led by Gunnar Setzer to Columbus, Indiana, the Superior Ag, Daywig Meat, Stanton Flea RC, S&C Machine, King Racing Products, number 5G, against Setzer in the 5. Out of Ione, California, driver the NOS Energy Drink, MPV Logistics, Stanton Maxib Chassis, G&G Racing Fuels, Amsoil, Top Industries, number 4 in the back straightaway. That is Justin Grant. Justin Grant in the number 4. Last night's winner of Volusia out of Anaheim, California, driver the Inland Rigging Snake Enterprises, Roll Scaffolding, one-way DRC chassis number 5T, also carrying the Stida onboard camera here tonight. That is Jake Swanson. Swanson in the number 5T. Briggs Danner making his way into turn number 3 right now. The E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Keystone Cap Rider, DRC Chassis, Boulevard Truck Repair, Apache Transport, Oshkosh Roasted Corn number 39. Pair of 5th place finishes to start the season off out of Volusia. Hayden Reinbold, the Avante Windows and Doors, AME Electrical, Stanton Spike Chassis, Massive Valley Transportation, Jugo Superfoods, number 19, making his way into turn number 1. His teammate Mitchell Moles also on track at Raisin City, California, driving the Massive Valley Transportation, AMA Electrical, Stanton Spike, Indy Race Parts, number 19, AZ. Couple more drivers on track to tell you about. Rolling on the back straightaway, that is the Madman, Robert Ballou, the red and white entry. Out of Rockland, California, the Suburban Subaru, Donna DRC Chassis, Dean's Waterfront Services, Berks Western Telecom at number 12. And the driver landing his second career Big Gator out of Sutter, California, rolling into turn number 3 right now. Driver the Mount Mechanical Contractors, Droplight, Indy Power Sports, Stanton DRC number 57. That'll be Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey over in turns 3 and 4. Pair of podium finishes, including a win to open up the 2026 season at Volusia for the driver number 57. The win on the 9th is second of the season, opening up the year. In preliminary competition over the Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy. 13 overall wins last year for the driver of the number 57. The 39 of Briggs Danner has definitely not been idle here during the winter months. Great showing at the Chili Bowl Nationals, powered by NOS Energy. Has done a lot of indoor racing, especially back on the East Coast. Ended up 7 times at Victory Lane last year. Between USAC National as well as USAC East Coast competition. So letting drivers roll up to the high side of the speedway here at both ends of the Ocala Speedway before we set them loose. Jake Swanson has been all about five-figure paydays so far. Last year, first time as an owner driver. Pick up the win out of Route 66 Motor Speedway in Amarillo, Texas. That was a $10,000 score. Last night, $12,000 into his pocket for the Daming Swanson Inland Rigging one-way DRC chassis number 5T. And driver with a lot of experience here at Ocala. One of the tracks, though, still not on the resume as a winner. His best finish here, 5th. As that should take us into our last round of hot laps here as we roll the field under yellow flag conditions. They'll get about 4 more laps here once we set them loose once again. Mitchell Moles, right now the quickest driver on track, is the only one in the 14-second bracket, 14.996 as he makes his way down to the front straightaway. Driver rolling down the back straightaway, Robert Ballou, and Drake with an update on him.
Brian, one of the big stories coming into Winter Dirt Games this year was the return of the madman. Robert Ballou, of course, sustained that back injury during Indiana Sprint Week. And I asked Robert today, what's been the hardest part about coming back to full-time competition? He told me, look, I've been able to knock off the rust fairly quickly, as I have done many times in my career. But the thing is, so many things change when you're out of the seat for so long. And it's not with driving style or anything like that. It's just setups and different ways to get around the racetrack. And even talking to some friends of mine that race on the local or weekly level, if they miss a week, some stuff changes massively in a week. So you can imagine at this high racing level how many things changed since the month of August for Robert Ballou. You got to remember, the only other thing, too, that maybe might hinder him, at least for the start of the season, is his crew and himself. They all have full-time jobs outside of racing, too. So getting that crew back into the swing as well, he told me, has been one of the challenges over these last 2 days, but he's feeling really good heading into our stay here at Ocala Speedway for Winter Dirt Games.
Good to hear. Thank you very much. And yeah, rhythm is everything. So definitely look for Robert Ballou to really get back on rhythm in that Suburban Subaru. Dean's Waterfront Services, Hinchman Indy number 12. So Mitchell Moles, fastest so far, 14.996. Hayden Reinbold, his teammate, second quick, 15.345. Jaden Rogers, Briggs Danner, Logan Seavey, your 5 quickest drivers. Final 4 laps set to begin. Logan Seavey, quickest, 14.887. Second quick, Robert Ballou, 14.913. Mitchell Moles, a 14.996. His third quick, Jake Swanson, a 15.084. And Justin Grant, fifth quick, at a 15.126. Briggs Danner, Hayden Reinbold, Gunnar Setzer, Jaden Rogers, and Kyle Cummins end up rounding out the top 10. Coming up next, it'll be qualifying for the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship, and it's brought to you by LearnLab, the maker of award-winning hands-on industrial job skills training systems. Utilizing a curriculum, classroom tools, and rugged hands-on training panels, LearnLab teaches the needed skills using real tools and real components to help schools, colleges, and companies train people to be better at what they do and fast. Check out learnlab.com for more information. $150 up for grabs to your LearnLab Quick Qualifier this evening. The official one-lap track record established on February 15, 2019. Carson Short at 13.398 seconds, 100.761 average miles per hour. Looking back a year ago to the opening night here at Ocala during Winter Dirt Games, Justin Grant was your LearnLab Quick Qualifier. Likewise, the following night, Dason Pursley on night number 3 was the quickest driver on track. Last year's feature winners, it was Grant, Bacon, Cummins, and Dason Pursley, who all ended up in victory lane. Two LearnLab Quick Qualifiers so far this season. Jake Swanson, night number 1 of Volusia, 16.489. Kevin Thomas Jr. last night with a 17.145. So again, we'll have half of the field down for set number 1. Once they complete their lap, they'll pull in. Once we get through the first group, we'll vacate the infield of that group. We'll go ahead and bring the second group out. And again, one car at a time, and they will not pull off of the track to the pits. They will again pull down into the infield. Once that group wraps up, we'll then take them back into the pit area. And here we go. LearnLab qualifying getting underway. The first driver out to the Speedway makes the trip out of Brazil, Indiana. Driver the Brit Arrow, Timberland Lumber Company, Youngblood Farms, theacecorp.com, DGH Electrical, Burns Zone, 16 Chevrolet, DRC Chassis number 16. This is Harley Burns. Harley Burns coming by. He will break the beam, and he will start the clock here on his qualifying run. Three-time winner last year outside of USAC National competition. 2 of those with the Midwest 410 Series. His most recent win in June of last year at Paragon. Comes around lap number 1, and he will set the mark at a 15.188, a 4-time A-feature starter here at Ocala. Last year, a 14th place finish on night number 1 to open things up here at the Egg-shaped Oval. A 23rd and a 17th place finish at Volusia so far to kick off his Winter Dirt Games powered by Yokohama Tires. Second time around, better, 15.041. Harley Burns sets the mark here in LearnLab qualifying. He'll make his way down into the infield, and your next competitor out to the Speedway, he comes to you out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Driver the Larry Mitchell Mobile Home Movers, McDonald Power, GF1 Chassis, Advanced Auto, Jack Vaughn Trucking, Greg Mitchell, loan number 001. This is Greg Mitchell. Greg Mitchell making his USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Tour debut this evening. Couple of starts in midget competition, as he'll come around lap number 1, 17.216, 172.16 seconds for the driver of the 001. A couple of starts last year with the Ohio Valley Sprints as well as the Gladiator Sprints. Also a few late model shows mixed in there in 2025. Brings the car at the exit turn at number 4. We'll see if he improves. Second time by, he does by a little over 0.2 of a second. 17.005 for Greg Mitchell in 001. Next driver screaming out to the Speedway comes to you out of Bonham, Texas. Driver the Beattown Automotive Circle C Adventures candidate DRC number 21K. A little bit of a bobble and a save there in turns 1 and 2 for Kobe Simpson. Kobe Simpson in the number 21K. The Kevin Simpson-owned Rush Race Gear entry going to have to make a quick recovery here on lap number 2, as his opening lap is going to be good enough for second quick, a 16:497, 1:64.97 seconds for Kobe Simpson. Picking up one win last year with the Elite Non-Wing Series. That was back at Lawton. He's a 4-time starter here at Ocala in a feature competition. A 21st and a 22nd place finish out of Volusia to start things off here. Second time around is better significantly, 15:4.95, 1:54.95 seconds. Kobe Simpson currently second quick. Top of the boards last night. We'll see if he can do it here tonight at Coleman, Alabama. The Majestic Electric, Inland Breaking, Bird Racing, Rock City Racing, Stanton Mach 1 chassis number 3R. This is Kevin Thomas Jr. Kevin Thomas Jr. coming around to the 3R. Lap number 1 for him will be second quick. Off of the pace by a little over 1/10 of a second. Ooh, problems over in turns 1 and 2 for Kevin Thomas Jr. Something going awry, and he'll get one lap in, a 15:169. Had problems here during practice on Sunday as well, so the crew, once we clear out this opening group, they'll be able to get a chance to go down and check things out there. As the next driver on Speedway comes to you out of Greencastle, Indiana, driver the Curb Records Mechanical Advantage, Coletta Charters, Impact Racing Optics, FK Rod, and Stanton DRC, Dueling Autosport, Curb Academy number 63. This is Cale Coons. Cale Coons, the number 63, making his first appearance in a USAC National Sprint Car competition here at Ocala Speedway. Goes fourth quick on his opening lap with a 15:7.51, 1:57.51 seconds for Cale Coons. 5 wins last year outside of USAC National competition. Kokomo Clash in October was his last victory. Comes around second time by, improves third quick at a 15:3.89, 1:53.89 seconds for Cale Coons, currently sitting third. Out of Goodyear, Arizona, driver the MP Environmental, JST Shock Technology, one-way triple deck chassis, Rex's Tattoo and Massage Parlor, Chuck D's Wieners, CKW Design, Calderwood Racing number 6. This is Logan Calderwood. Logan Calderwood in the number 6 machine. The left sail panel kind of going for a little bit of a flight there. As he worked into turn number 3, comes around fifth quick in his opening lap, 15:5.27, 1:55.27 seconds. One win last year at Millstream of the Boss Series for the driver of the number 6 machine. A 20th and a 21st place finish so far here in Winter Dirt Games competition. That was down at Volusia. Comes around second time by, third quick, 15:2.67, 1:52.67 seconds. Logan Calderwood improving by 0.260 seconds second time around. Another driver making his first competitive laps here at Ocala with the USAC Gamsville Sprint Car National Championship. Driver of the Pendleton Farms, West River Trailer Sales, DG Racing, Bennick Enterprises, John and Cheryl Long, Hoosier Valvoline, Willwood DMI, number 2B. This is Shelby Hinton. Shelby Hinton out of Double E, Louisiana. Coming around, first trip at speed, going to be 6 quick at a 15:8.51, 1:58.51 seconds for the driver of the number 2B. Former champion of the National Open Wheel 600 Series, making his way down deep into turn number 3, bringing momentum around to the exit turn number 4. Does he improve? Second time by, he does. Fifth quick at a 15:3.90, improves by nearly a half a second second time around. That was Shelby Hinton in the 2. Plenty of experience with wings on here in the U.S., taking his first shot at non-wing competition just a couple of nights ago at a Rothwell, Northamptonshire, United Kingdom. Driving the KB Transport Solutions, Scott Baylor Powered, Maxim Chassis, Huntapack, Benson's Products, number 97 UK. This is Ryan Harrison. Ryan Harrison in the 97. A little bit of a misstep there in the opening lap. Turns a 16.228. Look for improvement here on lap number 2. Coming to us from the Briska F1 stock car ranks. Started in the mini stocks. He's raced for about 18 years now. And comes around second time by a little bit slower, 16.238. His opening lap will be his best attempt, a 16.228. Puts him 7th quick currently. On the Speedway now, he is a 6-time winner here since 2014. Picked up his 6th win 1 year ago on Thursday night. Down to the Concord American Flagpole Racer Magazine, Jim Weed, Rider, Triple X Chassis, Chris Dyson, number 20. Hits the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Bacon coming around first time by, quick time at a 14.967, 1:49.67 seconds for the Macho Man. He goes to the top of the charts here in Learn Lab qualifying. We'll see if he's even faster on lap number 2. Buries that Hoosier deep onto the front straightaway. Second time by, better, 14.889. Brady Bacon, your Learn Lab quick qualifier so far. Chase Stockin next on to the Speedway at Fort Branch, Indiana. Driver the England Machine and Tool, Lucas Oil Center, Brown Brothers Excavating, Kistler, DRC, Moose Racing, S&C Fabrication, Phil and Eileen King, CRW, number 92. USAC National winner last year at Terre Haute back in July. Comes around third quick on his opening lap at a 15.084 second lap. Winner here back in 2018, a 39-time A-feature starter here at Ocala with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. 12th place finish on Wednesday night 1 year ago. Comes around and better. Quick time at a 14.767. 1.4767 seconds. The Moose is loose and at the top of Learn Lap qualifying. Out of Greenfield, Indiana, over the Kodiak Products, Trepano Trucking, Highsmith Guns, One Way DRC, FK Rod and Simpson, Willwood, Indy Metal Finishing, Barry Miller Racing, Kramer Components, powered by Chuck number 30. This is CJ Leary. Leary in the number 30 coming around in his opening lap, fourth quick at a 15.122, 15.122 seconds. A two-time winner here in 2019 and again in 2024. He's gone into feature event competition 36 times in his career here at Ocala. Ninth place finish of the opening night here at Ocala last year. Comes around second time by, better on time, not position. Fourth quick, it's a 15.065. One lap on the clock. Again, he was late out to the track for wheel pack. Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California, the Superior Tank and Trailer. Stinson DRC chassis number 41, a three-time starter at Ocala in 2025. A pair of 23rd and a 22nd place finish for the driver number 41. Comes around in his lap and gets a seventh quick time at a 15.353. Again, that does not relegate him to the lower 50%. Just one lap was the penalty. So that will conclude group number 1. And so far, your quick qualifier is Chase Stock in a 14.767. Brady Bacon, second quick right now at a 14.889. Harley Burns at a 15.041. CJ Leary 15.065. And Kevin Thomas Jr. currently fifth quick at a 15.169. Logan Calderwood, Ricky Lewis, Cale Kuhn, Shelby Hinton, and Kobe Simpson currently make up the top 10. And to clarify, we are splitting this up into two groups. That is simply to safely get the cars on and off of the Speedway. It is not an A-B group qualifying format. Everybody's still qualifying against each other. So Stockin 14.767. Looking back to last year, opening night here at Ocala was a 12th place finish for the driver, the number 92. Again, a win back in 2018. Has 17 top 5s and 29 top 10 finishes here at Ocala with the USAC Amsoil Sprint Car National Championship. A pair of 8th place finishes to start the season off out at Volusia. He was your Rhino Supply hard charger on night number 1. Last year, the Tom and Lori Sertich owned number 92 was a part-time schedule, announcing it will be a full-time schedule here in 2026. Once we wrap up with Learn Lap qualifying, we will roll into our hot laps and qualifying for the mod lights. So here we go. Second group will get underway. And we'll kick things off with the driver coming to us out of Nesbitt, Mississippi. Over the Two Fellas Movie Company, Howard Racing and Jim Machman Chassis, Rhino Supply, ShopAngryDuck.com, Kaiser Wheels, number 13. This is Chase Howard. Chase Howard in the number 13. Four-time winner last year in 2025 outside of USAC National competition, including the Hooker Hood Classic at the Riverside International Speedway, as he will come around on his opening lap, and the 13 will turn a 12 quick lap time at a 16.456, 1.6456 seconds for Chase Howard on his opening lap. Lap number 2, going to be a little bit better. Jumps to 11th quick at a 16.161. Next driver onto the Speedway. He comes to you out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, driving the Rick Corn Racing, Eclipse Claim Consulting, Fisher Powered Ripper Chassis, Ely Transportation, Apex Motorsports, Precision Plating, number 3J. This is Sabin Bybin. In the number 3J, good speed during Dirt Track Hot Laps. We'll see how he does here in Learn Lab qualifying. 8th quick in his opening lap of the 15.388. Coils on the front, bars on the back, and smoke pouring off of the left side of the number 3. Looks like off the engine, not out of the engine right now, as he'll wheel his way through turns at 3 and 4. We'll see if he improves second time around. A little bit slower, not by much though. 0.086 seconds the difference. 15.474. Lap number 2, lap number 1, a 15.388. Next driver onto the Speedway out of Banbury, Oxfordshire, United Kingdom. Driving the Skegness race, comes around second time by. Better, 5th quick at a 15.142. 15.142 seconds for Tom Harris. Coming to us out of Princeton, Indiana, the defending champion in the Avante Windows and Doors, Jugo Superfoods, Stanton Mach-1 Chassis, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Lifestyle Homes, Lucas Oil Center, Petty Performance Race number 3P. This is Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins in the 3P. Lap number 1, second quick at a 14.778. He is a two-time winner here at Ocala in 2023 and picked up the win last year on Friday night here at Ocala. Going to wheel his way through turns 3 and 4. Does he improve lap number 2 and go to the top of the charts? He does. Kyle Cummins, quick time at a 14.675. Now your Learn Lab quick qualifier. Trey Osborne next onto the Speedway, the Mopar Powered Industrial Hydraulics Incorporated, Triple X Chassis, Jeff Hill Trailer Cells, Hidden Hoof Hollow Farms, Beach World Automotive number 6T. Taking the Larry Ebert-owned machine through turns 3 and 4 here in his opening lap. We'll see where he stops the clock. It will be 4th quick at a 15.023, 15023 seconds for Tall as he works onto the back straightaway. 2 starts here back in 2024. A 14th and a 12th to kick things off at Volusia here as he makes his way around to the front straightaway. Second time by. Better, 3rd quick at a 14.855, 14855 seconds for Trey Osborne. Last year, he was the king of qualifying. We'll see if he can get that ball rolling here tonight at Raisin City, California. The AME Electrical, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Reinbold Development Incorporated, Indy Race Parts, Stanton Spike Chassis, Reinbold Underwood Motorsports number 19 AZ. This is Mitchell Moles. Mitchell Moles in the 19 comes around lap number 1, 5th quick at a 14.965, 14965 seconds for the Raisin City, California driver. 10 starts here at Ocala with the USAC Amsoil Sprinter National Championship. His best, a 4th place finish last year on Wednesday night. Comes around second time by, a little bit slower, 15.106. Still 5th quick for Mitchell Moles. Jaden Rogers out of Worthington, Indiana at speed in the Beasley's Railcar Repair, Spec Power, DRC, American Dream Racing, Parallax Motorsports, Midwest Auto Services, Composite Specialties, K1 Race Gear number 14. A 13-time starter here at Ocala with the USAC Amsoil Sprinter National Championship. He'll come around on his opening lap, and he will stop the clock 3rd quick at a 14.834, 14834 seconds for Jaden Rogers. Best run here, 5th in 2024. Wednesday night 1 year ago, a 13th place finish for the driver, the number 14. Wheels it on the front straightaway, second time around, second quick at a 14.720, 14720 seconds. Jaden Rogers sitting on silver right now. On track and up to speed at Allentown, Pennsylvania. Driver the E. Snyder & Sons Recycling, Keystone Cap, Boulevard Truck Repair, Apache Transport, Oshkosh Roasted Corn, Ryder DRC, Hogue Racing Enterprises number 39. This is Briggs Danner. Briggs Danner in the number 39 coming around, lapping number 1. We'll see where he stops the clock. It'll be 16 fastest at a 15.407. 9 starts at Ocala. 24th place finish 1 year ago for the driver, the number 39, the two-time USAC East Coast champion. Going to make his way through turns 3 and 4. See if he can improve on lap number 2. 16th fast to 17th fast, or 7th fast rather, at a 15.023, 15023 seconds, up to 7th quick for Briggs Danner. Nobody's won more at Ocala than this guy. It's Justin Grant out of Ione, California. The NOS Energy Drink, MPV Logistics, Top Industries, G&G Racing Fuels, Amsoil, Top Industries number 4. 8 wins since 2017. He's a 41-time A-feature starter here at Ocala. He goes 13 quick in his opening lap at a 15.305, 15305 seconds for Justin Grant. Winner here 1 year ago on Wednesday night. Going to bring it around to the front straightaway, see if he finds some more speed. He does, 7th quick. Justin Grant at a 15.016, 15016 seconds for Justin Grant. Out of Gilbert, Arizona, driver the AME Electrical, Reinbold Development Incorporated, Jugo Superfoods, Stanton Spike, Avante Windows and Doors number 19. This is Hayden Reinbold. Hayden Reinbold in the number 19. Picking up a win last year at Eldora during 4th round with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Mid-National Championship. Goes 7th quick here at a 14.969 on his opening lap. 4-time starter, those occurring last year, 11th on Wednesday night. For Hayden Reinbold, a pair of 13th place finishes to start the season off down at Volusia. Comes around lap number 2, a little bit slower. He'll stand on his opening lap of 14.969. Lap number 2 is a 15.016, 7th quick for the 19. Next on track, it is Logan Seavey out of Southern California, driver of the Mountain Mechanical Contractors, Drop Light, Indy Power Sports, CGCPAs, Indy Custom Self, Fortech Marketing, Abacus Racing, number 57. Picking up the opening night of the 2026 season, he goes 8th quick on his opening lap of the 14.969, 14969 seconds for Logan Seavey, an 18-time starter here at Ocala. Last year, an 8th place run. On Wednesday night, comes around lap number 2, 3rd quick at a 14.728, 14728 seconds for Logan Seavey. Victory lane last night for Jake Swanson. He's on track now at Anaheim, California. Driver of the Inland Bringing Snake Enterprises, Rolls Scaffolding, One-Way Power, DRC Chassis, Doughboys LLC, Dirt Roots Digital, Fine Line Drafting, Apache Transport, Burris Racing, naming Swanson number 5T. Opening lap for Swanson, 9th quick at a 14.995, 14.995 seconds. Last year posted his best career finish here at Ocala, a 5th place run, not once but twice during last year's run here at Ocala. Comes around second time by, 4th quick at a 14.751, 14751 seconds for Jake Swanson. A lot of speed during Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We'll see if it translates to Learn Lab qualifying at Rockland, California. The Suburban Subaru, Dean's Waterfront Services, Donut, DRC, Berks Western Telecom, England Machine and Tool, Factory Kane. Number 12, the Madman, Robert Ballou. Blue coming around lap number 1, 10th quick at a 15.006, 15006 seconds. Works onto the back straightaway. He's a 2-time winner here in 2015 and 2016. He's made the cut in A-feature competition 37 times. He was 6th here on Wednesday night 1 year ago. Second time by, better 9th quick at a 14.966, 14966 seconds for Robert Ballou. Final driver to qualify at Columbus, Indiana. Driver of the Superior Ag, Dagwick Meat, Stanton Flea RC, Davis Brothers, SNC Machine Fabrication, King Racing Products number 5G. This is Gunnar Setzer. Gunnar Setzer is opening lap 12th quick at a 15.020, 15020 for the driver of the number 5G. A 12th and a 19th place finish at Volusia to start the season off. A 4-time starter last year. 15th place run on Wednesday night for the driver of the number 5G. Comes around second time by, better 11th quick at a 14.988. So he will tie Greg Weld, putting him 28th all-time in his 19th career quick qualifying effort. With lap time of 14.675 seconds, the driver to Princeton, Indiana, the Avante Windows and Doors, Jugo Superfoods, Premier Recycling, Apache Transport, Petty Performance number 3P. Race fans, give him a hand, Kyle Cummins. As with that, let's go down trackside.
Kyle Cummins picks up the Learn Live Quick Time Qualifying Award here on night number 3 of Winter Dirt Games presented by Yokohama Tires. And Kyle, you and I were talking last night at Volusia. You were very optimistic about your race car. Fortunately, it didn't pan out the way you were hoping for, but talking to you tonight, too, you were just as optimistic. It's got to feel good to be optimistic about your race car and have it pay off like this here in Learn Lab Qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people wrote us off, and but we just I don't know, we just missed it 2 nights in a row, and you know, it's a new track, it's a new night, and this track has a little bit of moisture and character, and all our car needs is just a little bit for the right rear to get a hold of, and it comes to life. So you know, Volusia just kind of threw us for a curveball, and we've got a long season left, so just got to, you know, thank Jerry Petty with Avante Windows and Doors and Jugo Superfoods, and you know, all our sponsors, all our team, they've been working hard. All the boys back there, we've had the car apart, you know, every single night, just trying to find if we can find a gremlin, but I think we just chalked it up to the car. The track was just real slick, and when it's super slick, we ain't got that quite figured out yet. So, you know, here we've been, you know, last year we were pretty good here, and, you know, starting off in Hot Laps, it felt pretty good. So, qualifying there went okay. It's going to be fun to try to get through this heat race, but once we get through the heat race, be ready for the feature.
You had some hitters behind you after you went out. Ballou, Swanson, Gunnar Setzer, Mitchell Moles, just to name a few. What's it like sitting on the infield here, knowing that you can't really do anything anymore. You put in your lap time, and you just got to sit there and watch all these hitters go out behind you. How stressful does that become?
Not really. I mean, we're just as good as they are. We just miss it a couple nights. So, you know, I really wanted to qualify 6 quick. That would have been the perfect spot for tonight. You know, we get in the 3rd heat race, normally a slower heat race, and start on the front row. So I've been all right with, you know, getting knocked back to 4th to 6th, but we'll take it, and, you know, we're still here to play.
Kyle Cummins picks up the Learn Lab Quick Time Qualifying Award here on night number 3 of Winter Dirt Games presented by Yokohama Tires. He's had a lot of success here in the past, Brian, trying to add another win to that list here tonight.
So IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights. Next on the program, they will have Hot Lap qualifying sessions. We'll have all the cars make their way out in each one of these qualifying Hot Lap sessions. And originally slated for 2 laps, we'll go ahead and bump that up to 4 laps per session to try to give the drivers ample opportunity in order to establish their lineups. It'll be straight up from qualifying into the heat races. The winner of each of these heat races will go into a redraw. Richard Houston out of Morriston, Florida, the number 41, set to be into this opening group. Dylan Pierman out of Port St. Lucie, Florida, and the 777 also set to be in this group. James Very out of Clewiston, Florida, the number 3. Justin Thibodeau out of West Palm Beach, Florida, the 213. Mike Labatt out of Farmington, Missouri in the 10. Jean-Francois Leblanc out of Quebec in the 721, also set to be in this one. Larry Hubbard Jr. out of Cape Coral, Florida in the 56 rather. The 88 of Braden Benson at Hardscrabble, Delaware, the LR8. Also set to be on track here with your IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights. It'll be Ronnie Schote. He's out of Cookeville, Tennessee. The BSB Manufacturing Precision Bulldog Chassis LR8 and the 7B, a late check-in. That is Wayne Smith out of here in the state of Florida, I believe, out of Fort Pierce. So Houston out of Morriston, Florida, the Turf Solutions Joker Chassis number 41, the 2025 Marion County Mod Light Champion. The 777 out of Port St. Lucie, Florida, the Superior Race Cars, Pyramid Diesel Solutions, Colorado Pond, Upsigns 777. The 3, James Very. Justin Thibodeau at West Palm Beach, Florida, the Alpha Screens LLC Joker Chassis, Danny Septic 213, also set to be on track. Mike Labrant out of Farmington, Missouri, in that number 10 machine. The Mo Racing Engines, Expert Powder Coating, Billy Beard Electric, Randy Haywood Painting. number 10. The 721, Jean-Francois Leblanc, out of Wickham, Quebec, Canada. The Revtronic Amsoil Superior Race Cars. 721. 56, Larry Hubbard Jr., Cape Coral, Florida. The General Elevator Solutions Velocity RPM Superior Race Cars, number 56. Braden Benson in the 88, the LR8. Ronnie Schote out of Cookeville, Tennessee. The BSB Manufacturing, Crutchville Performance, Odom Specialties, Precision Auto Bodies, LR8, and the 7B. Again, Wayne Smith out of Fort Pierce, Florida. So what they'll do right now, they'll give the drivers a quick buzz of the racetrack just to test things out, make sure everything is good to go. As these cars are a 5/8 dimension of a full-size IMCA modified 1000cc engine. So right now, drivers getting word over the receiver to go ahead and get spaced out and get ready to go. Again, 4 laps. In Stealth Racing, the title sponsor of these IMCA mod lights. Also want to thank Superior Race Cars, Innovation Industries Incorporated, General Elevator Solutions, Pro Painters, Edge Elevator Products, Sunoco Race Fuels, and Dirt 4 Racing for their support of the mod lights. And just like that, they'll get them wound up and qualifying underway here for the IMCA Stealth Racing mod lights. And problems for one driver. That is, I believe, the 213 Thibodeau. Something on that engine just went south in a hurry. A lot of smoke coming out from underneath that machine. Problems also with the 7B. We saw him pull in a little bit earlier as well. Schote right now with the quickest lap time, 18.330. Pierman, a 19.533. Houston, a 19.769. So a couple of drivers pulling down into the infield. Benson, the latest one in the 88. So Ronnie Schote, 18.330, being shown as the quick qualifier here for group number 1. Again, they will line up straight up by their lap times. So a couple of drivers out there not registering a time. One of those was the 721. Jean-Francois Leblanc, and the officials have told him he needs to go put a transponder on that car. So drivers, again, getting instructions over the receiver to work and buzz the bottom side of the racetrack before we set them loose for their qualifying session. Again, drivers qualifying within their qualifying groups. So qualifying group 1, that sets heat race number 1. Qualifying group 2 setting heat race number 2. So officials specifically telling drivers to go ahead and work the bottom side, turns 3 and 4. Leighton Bennett of the B7. Sam Blaze in the 13. The B75, Ryan McKinney out of Delaware. The 55, Robbie Throop out of Florida. Drew Haney in the 808. The 28 of Bill Leonard. The 11C, Carson Hubbard. Jagger Beard out of Farmington, Missouri in the 35, and Billy Beard out of Farmington, Missouri in the 28B, all set to be in this qualifying group. Bennett out of Chapel Hill, Tennessee in the Triton Incorporated. Sam and Joni Construction ISW number B7 as the field comes to speed. Had Bill Leonard on there. And Lehigh Acres, Florida for just a moment. Looking at the B7 here in the back straightaway. Leighton Bennett, just talking about him a moment ago. The 55, Robbie Throop at West Palm Beach, Florida. The Property Transfer Services, Checkmark Collections, Tough Solutions, number 55. His lap times will start coming in here in just a moment. And Throop right now is the quickest driver on track, 19.947. Field rolling around to the front straightaway here. The 11 out there, that is Joseph Dunlap out of Shelbyville, Tennessee. Or excuse me, that's Carson Hubbard. My apologies, the 11C. He's out of Frederickstown, Ohio, driving the Velocity RPM Superior Race Cars, Scap Products, Aunt Tracy sponsor number 11C. Throop continues to be the quickest driver. Second time around was better for him, 19.849. Billy Beard in the 28B, moving up into the second spot here. The driver to Farmington, Missouri, the expert powder coating, Bulldog chassis, Billy Beard Electric, number 28B. He's a former track champion of the Mod Light division out at Doe Run. Ryan McKinney in the B75, going to take that spot away from him. He's out of Camden, Delaware. McKinney's towing. KL Vincent Welding, the 2025 Middleford Speedway champion. One driver not seeing a time for him so far, and that is the 13 of Sam Blaze out of Alberta, Canada. The Masonry Brake Net Pro Chassis entry. And I believe the 13 pulling in before he was able to complete a qualifying time. So Robbie Throop was quickest in that set. Ryan McKinney was second quick. Carson Hubbard third. Billy Beard and Leighton Bennett fifth quick. Jagger Beard, Drew Haney, Bill Leonard, and again, Sam Blaze did not get a time on him. Final group of qualifying for your IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Lights, making their way out to the Speedway. Scott Jordan out of Vidor, Texas, the 2025 champion of the Texas Grand. In the Jordan Marine Sidewinder chassis. Texas State Insurance, number 8, set to be on track. 26, Gary Tyler. He's out of Royal Palm Beach, Florida. The Velocity RPM downforce shocks by Eagle 1, Punisher powered. Number 26. The 9C, and this driver has been on absolute tear. Riley Clem out of Bakersfield, California. Driving the Rodney and Candy Clem. Mayo Tree Services, and Tracy Hubbard, Evolution Chassis number 9C. So far, he has been the dominant driver with this IMCA Stealth Racing Mod Light division. A couple of wins up at Hendry County coming into tonight. Joseph Dunlap, now he is on track in the ISW Track Magic number 11 out of Shelbyville, Tennessee. The 302 is Shane McCarron. He's out of Bridgeville, Delaware, driving the Slingers Pizza American Finance. Number 302. The 12, Corey Babbitt out of New Caney, Texas, driving the MWM Motorsports Babbitt Race Cars, TSM Shocks, number 12. And now he is an 8-time champion of the Texas Grand. Corey, definitely one you're going to want to keep your eyes on here this evening. Brandon Dennis, he's out of Greenwood, Delaware, driving the Gary Simpson Contracting Wolf Machine. Russell Payne and Son, Slinger Pizza and Grill, number 10B, a 5-time IMCA Mod Light champion. Out on the Speedway in 10 and the 57. Jeffrey Bernal Lacombe out of Quebec, Canada, driving the Masonry Bricknet Edge Race Car. Windy Construction, number 57 in the 722. Jaden McDowell out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the Triton Incorporated Predator Chassis. Innovative Steelworks, Utility Solutions, and Automation, number 722, the 2024 Tennessee Mod Light Champion at Speed. (21.42), Corey Babbitt setting the mark and quickly being overtaken. Jaden McDowell, 19.951. And the 722 jumping up to the top of the speed charts, your former Tennessee track champ, or Tennessee state champion, rather. Now everybody's starting to pick up a little bit more speed, and Corey Babbitt in the 12 going up top, 19.433. Scott Jordan second quick. Riley Clem, again, talked about him. He has definitely shown a lot of speed. He's already picked up several victories down here. Currently sitting third quick his opening lap so far, his best attempt. Second time around for Corey Babbitt. Now third time around, better still, 19.429. Scott Jordan, Riley Clem, Jaden McDowell, Shane McCarron, right now the 5 quickest drivers on track. White flag about to be replaced by the checkered here, and there it is. So Corey Babbitt ends up quickest in this group of drivers, a 19.429. Jaden McDowell, a 19.432. Missed it by 0.03 of a second. Brandon Dennis, 19.679. Scott Jordan, Riley Clem, Shane McCarron, Joseph Dunlap, Tyler McGarry, and Jeffrey Bernal Lacombe in the 57, a 23.062 was his best attempt. So they'll work on clearing some of the cars down out of the infield. They'll roll the track a little bit. We're going to apply some lines to the concrete. And here on the FloRacing broadcast, we're going to step away for a moment. We'll be back to Ocala.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Indy Metal Finishing is a family-owned and operated business with 30 years of experience in the industry. Their mission is to support their customers with an exceptional level of quality and service. Conveniently located minutes from downtown Indianapolis, Indy Metal Finishing offers Type 2 and Type 3 anodizing chemical conversions, passivation, and electroless nickel services to motorsports, medical, military, aerospace, and manufacturing industries. Indy Metal Finishing is ISO certified and holds an FFL license. If you have any questions, please call Indy Metal Finishing today at 317-858-5353. Find them online at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Indy Metal Finishing, or visit their website at indymetalfinishing.com.
Your car deserves more than just any pit stop. At Lucas Oil Center, we deliver award-winning service you can trust. From fast oil changes, our 21-point inspection, and a coffee bar with a smile, it's all done right, every time. While you relax in our spacious lounge, we're making sure your car runs at its best. And with our signature Nitro Wash, your ride won't just run smooth, it'll shine like new. Drive safe, drive smart. Choose your local, family-owned Lucas Oil Center.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder,
Slicker.
cooler,
Tougher.
let's go.
So what you got?
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com. Serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Who's it gonna be? Evan steals it here tonight.
Power up your ride with True Brand Fuel Joules, the only time-release fuel treatment on the market. Fuel Joules cleans and lubricates while restoring power and performance, and its patented time-release formula increases fuel economy by up to 7%, saving you money at the pump, tank full after tank full. Plus, Fuel Joules races for a cause. We partner with the National Breast Cancer Foundation to fund life-saving early detection screenings for women in need. Visit TrueBrandProducts.com to get your bottle today.
Hi there, this is Genevieve Malone, and here I have
Mirella Jenkins.
And she is going to be guessing Logan Stevie's favorite shake for our Cookout Shake of the Race. So what are we thinking for Logan Stevie's favorite flavor at Cookout?
Peanut butter banana.
Peanut butter banana, that is a good guess. Let's see if that is his favorite though.
My favorite Cookout shake is Oreo.
Unfortunately, that is not Logan's favorite, but it is Justin Grant's.
Ah,
so we would have
even
had
better.
him. But if you would like to try a shake from Cookout, you can go to cookout.com to find their nearest locations.
Welcome back to the broadcast here on FloRacing. Qualifying in the books for both our sprint car and Mod Light divisions. Lines applied to the wall. The crews have made their way down to the infield, and it is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for tonight's invocation and a national anthem? If you would, please remove cover. Out of respect to those who serve this nation and in honor of those who have given their lives in her defense. If you would be willing to join us, bow your head at this time. Our Father in heaven, tonight, as always, before we would go to you and ask of you, we would go to you to give thanks for you. We thank you, Lord, for your glory, your grace, your teachings, and above all, it is your forgiveness, for we walk this world falling short of your ways, but you never fail to bring us back to your side as we would only turn to you. And now, Lord, tonight we would ask of you. We would ask that you watch over these drivers who would compete here tonight, that the fires that drive them, that competitive nature, it would burn bright as ever. But the ideals of sportsmanship, fairness, friendship, those are the virtues that would prevail in that moment that could be tarnished with a lifetime of anger and regret. We ask not only that you watch over and keep calm the drivers who wheel tonight, but that you would watch over those who have gathered on these grounds, our fans, our officials, our teammates. That you would watch us in every aspect of our lives until you call us back to your side. We ask all these things and give thanks in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. And just like that, it's set to go racing here at Ocala. First heat race will begin to make its way down into the infield. 8 times around. Top 6 out of each of these moving on directly into your feature event. Everybody else into the 5-star body semi-feature. Heat race number 1 brought to you by K1 Race Gear. And your lineup for this 8-lap affair set to roll to the green like this. Driver on the pole is out of Banbury, Oxfordshire, United Kingdom. Driving the Skegness Raceway, Claxton Maxim. Neil Stuckberry Motors, number 84. It's going to be Tom Harris. Outside of him, you'll find Briggs Danner of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Driving the E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Keystone Cab Boulevard Truck Repair. Apache Transport, number 39. Next row from the inside, Hayden Reinbold. He's out of Gilbert, Arizona. The AME Electrical Reinbold Development. Mesquite Valley Transportation, Jugo Superfoods, number 19. And next to him, it's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Concord American Flagpole Racer Magazine, Jim Weed Rider, Triple X Chassis, number 20. Third row from the inside, last night's feature winner, Jake Swanson out of Anaheim, California. The Inland Rigging Snake Enterprises Roll Scaffolding, one-way DRC chassis, number 5T. And next to him tonight, Learn Lab Quick Qualifier to Princeton, Indiana. Driver the Avante Windows and Doors, Jugo Superfoods, Stanton Mach 1 Chassis, Lifestyle Homes, number 3P. That is Kyle Cummins. Next row from the inside, it'll be Ricky Lewis out of Oxnard, California. The Superior Tank and Trailer, Stinson DRC, Physical Medicine Consultants, number 41. He'll go from 7th. From 8th, it will be the driver out of Double Louisiana, the Pendleton Farms West River Trailer Cells, Claxton DRC number 2B. That is Shelby Hinton. Final starter in this one, he comes to you out of Rothwell, Northamptonshire, United Kingdom. Driving the KB Transport Solutions, Scott Baylor Maxim, Hunnapack, Seminites.com. Benson's Products number 97 UK. That is Ryan Harrison. as that'll be your scheduled lineup for K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 1 of 3 tonight with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. K1 Race Gear, the safety uniform provider of the United States Auto Club, and they are proud to be one of the very few companies to outfit any driver from kids at K1 Speed to USAC champions. With priorities on safety, quality, and comfort, K1 ensures every driver feels confident and prepared to pursue their racing dreams. We're at K1 Race Gear and join their list of champions today. Learn more at K1RaceGear.com. The driver's getting a couple laps here to sort things out, shake things down, and make sure we're ready to go. Real quick, let's go to Drake.
Brian, you talked about our great partners at K1 Race Gear. I was talking to Trey Osborne after his run in Learn Lap qualifying. He just got a brand new K1 suit delivered, and you talked about him being made to the highest standard. And Trey Osborne, we know him as being the tall one, as you call him, Brian, so that's a very specialized suit for a guy like Trey. So any shape, any size, any height, K1 Race Gear's got you covered, and we're proud to have them as a partner with the United States Auto Club.
Indeed, thank you very much. Again, Tom Harris, driver out of Oxfordshire, United Kingdom, from the pole. Briggs Danner next to him. Hayden Reinbold, Brady Bacon, run number 2. Jake Swanson, Kyle Cummins, run number 3. Ricky Lewis, Shelby Hinton, run number 4. Ryan Harrison in row number 5 by himself. Letting the drivers, again, kind of help work the track just a little bit more before we set them loose here in green flag competition, trying to give everybody as fair a racing surface as possible. And again, rather deal with a little bit of extra moisture than having to chase and put moisture back in the racetrack. This is something that's manageable, that track officials that both on track and up top are able to look at, assess, and evaluate, and go from there. It's whenever the track gets hard packed down and you can't get moisture back into it, that's when you are in trouble, and that's what they want to avoid. That's why it starts off with a little extra moisture. Again, 4 straight nights of racing. The track is going to get pounded every single night, so you want to give the workers something they can actually work with, move around, and improve as we continue on. Giving the drivers a couple of green flag laps here before we get them lined up and ready to go. The Toyota Racing Development pace truck waiting down in the infield. Caution lights will come on. Toyota Racing Development pace truck will make its way out onto the speedway, and that will signal the field to go ahead and get side by side, nose to tail, and ready to go. Don't forget, this is your last opportunity to go down to the USAC merchandise trailer to sign up for a chance to win and be tonight's AMSOIL Inside the Oval participant. If your name is chosen, you and a guest get a prize pack. You get to ride in the pace truck at the start of the feature event for the 4 wide. Then you get to watch all the action from the infield. Also, Sober Joe's Coffee, make sure and swing down and check them out. It is an absolutely fantastic cause that they are supporting here. The Oxford House in Ocala. All proceeds going back to benefit the Oxford House. Again, they are a sober recovery center and would certainly appreciate you being a part of that. They also have some of their crew out here going around and collecting donations for that as well. And while you're down there, buy you a cup of Sober Joe's coffee. Also mentioned earlier, the 50-50 tickets on sale. Half of the proceeds, of course, into your pocket. The other half going to help out one of Ocala Speedway's own, one of their employees dealing with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So the other half of the 50-50, again, going to help her with her mounting medical expenses. So giving the drivers one more quick trip through turns 1 and 2. They'll now come up on the Toyota Racing Development pace truck. Seventh heat race of the season. Winners so far, Kevin Thomas Jr., Kyle Cummins, Briggs Danner, Justin Grant, Ricky Lewis, and Mitchell Moles. So Danner from the outside of run number 1, trying to become the first repeat heat race winner on the season. Side by side, nose to tail, the NOS Energy start can at the exit of turn number 4. Night number 1 of 4 here at Ocala goes to green. And Danner going to take off of the race lead. Tom Harris, that car getting all kinds of tight right in the middle of turns 1 and 2. That costs him 3 spots in one turn. They make their way into turns 3 and 4. Danner going to come away with a race lead. Brady Bacon running in second. Cummins running in the third spot. Swanson with a slide to fourth at the exit of the fourth turn. Tom Harris getting shuffled back to fifth. Final transfer spot right now in the hands of Ricky Lewis. Shelby Hinton lurking on his back bumper right now. Hayden Reinbold and Ryan Harrison currently rounding out your running order. Danner comes around. He'll lead lap number 2. Bacon trailing by a little under 4/10 of a second as they work onto the far side of the speedway. Top 3 drivers on a little bit of a breakaway from the rest of the running order right now. Swanson that distant fourth, about a half a straightaway back from the 3 of Cummins. There's Kyle Cummins, tonight's Learn Lab quick qualifier, putting him on the outside of that 3rd row. And right now sitting comfortably in a transfer spot, picking up 3 spots in the opening laps of this one as Briggs Danner continues to lead. Little under 4/10, now it's over 4/10 of a second. In fact, it's over a half a second between himself and Brady Bacon at the line. Coming to the cross flags, 4 in, 4 to go. As he'll sling the 39 off into turns 3 and 4. Single file right now around the speedway. Track with a lot of grip, but it's starting to move around a little bit. See that line starting to burn in there as they work into turns 1 and 2. The 39 looks like a little puff of smoke off of the left side of that machine. So a little oil dropping onto the left bank here as they come around to 2 to go. And Brady Bacon picking up a couple of tenths here has brought it down to 0.312 seconds between himself and the 39. See if he can mount a charge and set anything up here. They're about to come to the wave of the white flag. The lab coat's in the air. 1 to go here in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 1. Here comes Bacon. He's going to look to the inside of the Concord American flagpole number 20. Nothing happened, and they work onto the back straightaway. 2 more turns to hold off the Macho Man. He'll work at a turn 3, at a turn number 4. Checkered flag and a drop in this one, and Briggs Danner picks up his 2nd heat race win of the season. Brady Bacon in 2nd, Kyle Cummins in 3rd, Jake Swanson, Tom Harris, and Ricky Lewis gets the final ticket into the show. Shelby Hinton, Hayden Reinbold, and Ryan Harrison on the outside looking in. They go to the 5-star body semi-feature event. So the drivers moving on. Ricky Lewis in 6th, Tom Harris in 5th, Jake Swanson in 4th, Kyle Cummins in 3rd, Brady Bacon in 2nd. Your winner for the 2nd time in 3 nights in heat race competition at Allentown, Pennsylvania. Driver the H. Snyder & Sons Recycling, Keystone Cap Rider, DRC, Boulevard Truck Repair number 39. Race fans, give him a hand. Briggs Danner. So he's going to roll down to the front straightaway, and with that, let's go down to Drake York.
Briggs Danner bags the win in K1 Race Gear Heat Race number 1, a much-needed heat race win, as a matter of fact, for Briggs Danner. And Brady Bacon got close to you there at the very end of that one. He made a move to the inside of turns 1 and 2. I'm not sure if you could see him, but could you hear Brady coming up behind you?
Yeah, I couldn't see him. I could hear him a little bit, though. Track's so narrow right now, I just knew I had to hit my marks.
struggle a little bit in qualifying there. I tend to do that here all the time. So it's nice to get a heat race win. Hopefully save our night. Just got to thank everybody back at the trailer, E. Schneider & Sons Recycling, Boulevard Truck Repair, Keystone Cap, everybody that makes this possible for us.
Briggs Daniel, your winner in K1 Race Gear, heat race number 1.
Thank you very much. CJ Ford's heat race number 2 set to make its way out to the Speedway. Next on the pole, he's out of Coleman, Alabama, driving the Majestic Electric Inland Rigging Bird Racing number 3R. It's going to be Kevin Thomas Jr. Outside of him,